high school angst, moving to a new town, family drama, coming of age, a rare genetic disease, just your average everyday day in the life of a teen, right? No, it's actually some of the subplots of Kimberly Akimbo, which is at TPAC all this week through Sunday, the 12th of April, I believe. Hey friends, it's Sammy. I'm here with my honest Kimberly Akimbo review. Now, again, this is all from my own personal experience. I was gifted tickets to go see Kimberly Akimbo at the Tennessee Performing Arts Center. And it's always hard to critique art, right? This is a Tony Award winning musical, best musical winner. And so the short answer is I didn't love it. And I feel like that's a very unpopular opinion. That being said, again, it's to each their own, but I'm here to give you some of my insights so you can make an educated decision on whether or not you would like to see this Broadway touring production, whether it's here in Nashville or somewhere else. So let me just start by saying it's a small cast. There's only 9 total members of the cast, and so they're hardworking. Most of them are on stage a lot of the time, so there's a lot going on. Also, I will say some of the supporting cast members I felt like we're more talented than the lead playing Kimberly Akimbo. Now I'm going to say that and also let you know that she is a 3-time Tony nominee, Carolee Carmello. She's appeared in 16 Broadway musicals, so it's not that she's not talented, but here's the gist of it. Kimberly, the lead character, is a 15 turned 16-year-old girl that ages 4 to 5 times as fast as the normal person. That is the genetic disease that she has. And so she's played by a, I'm going to guess, woman in her 60s. So it was a little confusing to me because at times it seemed like she was trying to have the voice of a 15, 16-year-old and kind of a young, high-pitched. But then when she sang, it was a much older voice. And it just, there was a discontinuity for me. And like I said, I didn't feel like she had as good of a voice as the actress that played Kimberly's mom or Kimberly's aunt, both of whom were in Wicked on Broadway. One, Emily Koch, who played Deborah, was on Broadway in national tours as Elphaba. And then Laura, who played Patty, Kimberly's mom, was Glinda on Broadway. So you've got some really talented people. And then the rest of the cast were all kids. Now I say that they were all, you know, obviously of age, but they played high schoolers. So you've got a real mix. Now here's the kicker for me. If I don't go home singing one of the songs, it doesn't become a favorite of mine. It feels like, okay, there's an interesting story, but it's not something that I want to go see again. And I didn't go home singing any of the songs. There's a lot of language in it. So just because it's kids per se, I'm not going to say it's fully appropriate for like the 10 and under crowd. You're dealing with, like I said, coming of age, sexuality, you know, first kid, like normal things of high school years. But there was a lot of swearing, even in some of the songs, and to the point where I felt like it was gratuitous. And that's where I don't love it, where it's like, do we need to be swearing right now, or does it really emphasize the point? So again, I know I'm more sensitive to that than most, but that's just one thing. And like I said, I just didn't love the soundtrack. I didn't want to go home playing it in my car on the way home. And that's a sign for me. So there you go. If you would like to go see Kimberly Akimbo, again, all this week at TPAC, or you can catch the Broadway tour wherever you live. Hope this was helpful.